planes. If you catch me at the border, I got visas in my name. If you come around here, I'll make them all day. I get one down in a second if you wait. I fly like paper, get high like planes. If you catch me at the border, I got visas in my name. If you come around here, I'll make them all day. I get one down in a second if you wait. Sometimes I think sitting on trains. Every step I get to, I'm clocking that game. Everyone's a winner, we're making our fame. Bonafide hustler, making my name. Sometimes I think sitting on trains. Every step I get to, I'm clocking that game. Everyone's a winner, we're making our fame. Bonafide hustler, making my name.
Here we are at the Super Science Squad's Super Secret Seminar for recent scientific breakthroughs.
On today's agenda, we'll be discussing combustion, acid and base reactions, and exothermic reactions.
So let's talk about the first experiment that we did.
Danger, kids. Don't try this at home. Leave Chemical Girl and Riddler to do this.
Today, we're representing a combustion reaction by lighting ethane gas, this match, on the Bunsen.
Warning. Although the flame is invisible, it is still there and extremely hot.
And that's combustion.
After doing the Bunsen burner experiment, I got some scientific evidence to back it up. An example of a household combustion reaction is the burning of natural gas occurring on a stovetop or in an oven to cook food. The natural gas, mostly methane, CH4, burns by combining with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water. This is an example of combustion, which is also an exothermic reaction.
Hey Riddler,
What's going on, Chemical Girl?
do you know about combustion in society?
No, I don't. Please, tell me about it.
Oh, I will. The combustion of methane is present in all kinds of household appliances. For example, it heats this oven and this stovetop.
Thank goodness for combustion, otherwise I wouldn't be able to cook this delicious pie of Kraft macaroni and cheese.
But that's not all. If you call right now, you can get 6 free boxes and win a trip to instantly see the Cheetah Girls. Yeah!
Mom, how far are we from the Cheetah Girls concert?
I hope they play Cheetah Sisters.
Oh my god, me too. Wait. We cannot be partying right now. We need to be studying exothermic reactions.
For our first experiment, we will do an exothermic chemical reaction and it produces heat. For this experiment, vinegar will be used to remove the protective coating from steel wool, allowing it to rust. When the iron combines with oxygen, heat will be released.
For the first step, we use an Erlenmeyer flask to accurately record the temperature inside the jar by placing a thermometer in the jar and waiting about 5 minutes. Once 5 minutes has passed, remove the thermometer and record the temperature. Right now, the temperature in the Erlenmeyer flask is 25 degrees Celsius.
For step 3, you soak a piece of steel wool in vinegar for 1 minute.
Once the steel wool has soaked in the vinegar, squeeze it and remove all the excess vinegar. Once all the excess vinegar is removed, we place the steel wool into the Erlenmeyer flask and record the temperature once again.
Now we must let the steel wool sit in the Erlenmeyer flask for at least 5 minutes to let the temperature accurately record.
And barium hydroxide.
Now remove the thermometer and read it, and you can see there's an exothermic reaction, and now the temperature reads 28.3 degrees Celsius.
After closely observing the steel wool, we can see where their rust has formed after mixing with the vinegar.
And that concludes our experiment for exothermic reactions.
And now we can look at the rust from our earlier experiment and see how much more it has rusted as time has passed.
Not only does vinegar remove the protective coating on the steel wool, but once the coating is off, its acidity aids in oxidation of the iron in the steel. The thermal energy given off during this chemical reaction causes the mercury in the thermometer to expand and rise up the column of the thermometer tube. In the rusting of iron, 4 atoms of solid iron react with 3 molecules of oxygen gas to form 2 molecules of solid rust, or iron oxide. This is an example of an exothermic reaction. An exothermic reaction is one that releases heat. It is the opposite of an endothermic reaction. In an exothermic reaction, the total energy absorbed in a bond breaking is less than the total energy released in bond making. In other words, the energy needed for the reaction to occur is less than the total energy provided. As a result of this, the extra energy is released, usually in the form of heat.
Hey, you guys, let's take a break from the super secret seminar and go get a snack.
Man, these are good. Oh, I'm not feeling so well.
Here, have a Rolide. It's an antacid.
I feel a lot better. I think my stomach is neutralized.
And that's right. You want to know why? This is why.
Chemical Girl here with the red light.
Today we are doing an acid-base reaction with hydrochloric acid as the stomach acid and the Rolaids as the base.
The active ingredients in Rolaids are calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide. Stomach acid is made of hydrochloric acid.
The calcium carbonate combines with the hydrochloric acid to produce a solution of calcium chloride and carbon dioxide gas. The first step is to pour 50 milliliters of hydrochloric acid into a beaker.
Our next step is to take 1 Rolade tablet and put in the hydrochloric acid.
This reaction is representative of what happens in your stomach when you digest food. Parietal cells produce hydrochloric acid, a strong acid that helps to break down food. The acid in your stomach is so concentrated that if you were to place a drop on a piece of wood, it would eat right through it. The antacid, in this case Rolaids, prevents your stomach lining from wearing away. Antacids are basic on the pH scale. Adding the base to the acid counteracts the exceptionally acidic stomach, balancing it out. This is where the simple experiment connects with society. If these acids and bases didn't neutralize in our stomachs, we couldn't survive.
In this acid-base reaction, the acid and base neutralized, forming a shell-like membrane. This is an example of what happens when Rolaids react with your stomach acid.
Wow, we really learned so much today about chemical reactions.
Yeah. So, I guess this super secret seminar is adjourned.
MIA, third world democracy. Yeah, I got more records than the KGB. So, no funny business. You already are.